Over.
Yes, sir.
First command init offset emboss. To take the depression directly on the surface, we have to use the offset emboss command. If you type the emboss command from the search area, you will find the location where it is located. So you just go to the more, you will find this offset emboss command. And now first select the curve here, okay, and define the body to offset. This surface we have to offset, and what is the path? The path we have to draw it here, which is already drawn, one rectangle here. So you just select this. You can decrease this offset distance and simply click OK here. So one depression is get created. I repeat this. Offset emboss. Select this command. Then select the curve type. Body to offset this surface. Path to follow is this curve. And see this preview. You can flip the direction also. And click on OK. So this is created. Offset emboss. The next command is transition. First I store this file. Transition. Because we have different cross sections. आवाज येतोय का सगळ्यांना? Am I audible to all?
हाँ सर.
Okay. So suppose we create one cross section here. There is an arc, and at perpendicular distance again here, which is already there, I just select this arc at some offset distance. I select here arc and draw arc like this. And I create one more offsetted distance plane. There is one more arc here. Not necessary only arcs, you can create lines also. I'm going to delete this. Okay. Now I need to connect this all four curves. So I go to this option of insert, Then surface, select the transition. Select the curves. First curve is this arc. Add a new set. Select the second curve. Add a new set. Select then third curve. Add a new set. Then fourth curve. And if you see this preview, transition surfaces get created. I repeat. Suppose we built arc here and the center plane. We make them extrude. There is an offset gap here. Now I'm going to rotate this with the help of pattern surface command. Insert surface associative copy. Here we'll get pattern geometry. Now I'm going to select this. Reference point is by default it will taken. Circular pattern I want around axis of Z and origin available here. The quantity I need for spacing between each is 90°. Now here in this gap I can create the transition surface. Menu, insert, then surface transition. First curve, add a new set. Second curve, new set. Third, fourth one is this. Okay. It will maintain tangential continuity with this extruded supports because the option we are taken here G1. If we use G0, it will try to match point continuity, but I need tangential continuity, so I use the G1 option. So when you do the pipe fitments or pipe fittings, which is mutually perpendicular to each other, so the gap between perpendicular pipes, we can connect through this surface. Next command is shill out flange. Suppose we have built it one surface on top plane. With the help of this n-sided surface command, I generate the surface. and I select this insert and select this flange surface. Okay, so this is the chill out flange and extension. So which command is given here? Chill out flange. So I go to this menu, insert, flange surface, chill out flange. So select the basic surface, which is this one. This is the base curve. This is the face and direction vector. So this is the parameter of chill out flange. So let's say it is a 15 radius value. The rolling curve is get generated here when you do this option. So I'm selecting right now vector direction only. Vector is Z. Okay. The length is 60. Okay. Now you can see this is the bend is get created. So it is generally used in the sheet metal process. So if you want to create sheet metal objects, bending objects, then it is preferred to use this option when you create sheet metal on the surface technology with the help of surface technology. So the radius I'm changing to 5. So this is the bend radius and the length I'm taking here 50. You can vary the radius also. At the start it will be 5, at the end it will be 15. The length also we can vary. Sorry. The angle is constant. How much angle you want? Currently it is 0 degree. You can change to 30 degree. Okay. And I click on OK. So you can hide this. This is get generated. Separate patch you will find. Now how to connect these two? I need to take a corner. So do you know that corner command which is available on the trim? Select trim and extend. Select this surface. Select the second surface. Direction reverse. Click OK. Bended surfaces get created. So this is the shell out flange. If you want to use a side flange, then go to menu, insert, flange surface, extension. Select extension command. Select the edge, which edge you want to extend. The length actually it is not a right way. Just insert surf flange surface, then extension. It's not taking. So with respect to the sharp point, the surface is get created. And if you take the corner, they need a sharp corner there, then only this surface flanges get created. It is again used in the sheet metal process. Okay, but instead of this extension surface, the better option is you go to the menu, use this trim, and use this extend option from the trim and extend, and select this by distance here. Select this edge. This surface is get extended now. After that, there is helix and wrap curve. So we will build a cylinder here, and I need a surface, and I generate here one straight line. Now I need to wrap this line on the cylinder. You search the command from here, wrap curve. Select this, select this curve, select the face, and select the plane. Just a minute, the plane is not tangent. I generate a tangent plane. Now on that tangent plane, I generate the curve. Select this curve, select the face, and this is the plane. Click on OK. You will see this curve is get developed on this surface. You can increase this length. And hide this. This linear length is developed on the cylindrical surface. The condition is that the plane should be tangent to the cylinder. Then only this result can be generated. Now if I do some inclined line instead of horizontal line, I just try to delete this. There is inclined line like this. And due to this inclination, some helix angle will generated. The curve is this. Face, yeah, okay. The helix curve is get generated. Once the helix curve is generated, you can hide this cylinder and use it as for spring purpose to design the springs. If you increase this length, so number of terms is also get increased by increasing the length. And you can use this curve as a 3D curve to generate the sweep. Okay, the purpose of this command is to generate the helix curve. That is a wrap curve. And if you want to create direct helix without this wrap curve option, the direct command is also given to generate the same kind of helix. So I'll take new file, helix, click on OK. Select the menu, insert. Now you have to go to the wireframe options, that is through curves. In the curve, you will find this helix curve option. Select the helix, define the direction of helix along vector. Along which direction? By default, it will consider it as a z direction. We can change to different one. So vertical direction is indicating on this first option is z. The second is y and third is x. So angle, or you want to take the tapered here, you can define the angle 5 degree. The diameter of helix you can change to 60. Tapered you change to 50. It's not tapered, it is offset value. So I'm taking 0 here. And pitch you want to increase to 10. End pitch is also I need a 10. I want constant pitch, so don't take linear option. Variational in the pitch I'm not taking. Throughout the length, the pitch become constant. Now I'm taking 10. According the height is get adjusted. This is the diameter, this is the pitch. Number of turns you can define 10, 20, whatever you want. And left-handed or right-handed helix that you can select from here. If you don't want number of turns, I require the length, total length of helix, then you define the end limit. Let's say it is a 60. Then number of turns automatically get adjust. But if you want to define the turns, then you can active this turns option and select here 10 value. The pitch I'm going to increase more now, 20. You can vary the radius linearly. The tapered slant will be generated. So either you define the radius or diameter. Radius, if you take more value, will be generated. So this becomes 60 radius. You want 60 diameter, then use this option. Then click on OK. So direct helixes get generated, but the condition of helix is that only along z direction it will generate the helix. But if you want along y direction the helix is needed, then what we have to do? Correct. So in that situation, you have to introduce one more axis system, that is datum coordinate system, and you define here where you want x, where you want z, etc. So I select this coordinate system and I want z direction. I want this origin. This becomes z and this become y. You can see that you can define the direction of z and y as per your requirement. You can flip this direction. Now click on OK. So you just suppress this or you can hide this and active this only. So you make this option current. Set WCS to datum coordinate system. Now you try to operate that command from menu, insert, derived curve, and sorry, not derived, that is through curve. Select helix along the vector. CSY I'm taking this one now. Just a minute. Yes. After selecting the second coordinate system along Z direction, the helix is get generated. The software by default generate the direction along Z axis. If you want to change the direction, then coordinate system need to be changed accordingly. Clear? Is it clear? Hello. हे कळलं का? कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम.
Yes, sir.
सर रिपीट करा ना एकदा.
So by default you will get this coordinate system, correct? The z is vertical here. I want to change to z along x axis. Then you select here coordinate system from here, datum coordinate system, and define this type here. You want to define z and x axis, or you want to define x and y axis. You want to define z and y axis. I want to define z and x. Where is z and where is x? That I am going to define. So I am selecting first origin point. The origin is again same. Where you want z, the z I want it along x direction, so this become z. And where is x you want? I want x here, so this is x and this is z. Okay, and if you flip this direction accordingly, it will reversed. And click on ok. I don't want associative, I don't want to make a link with respect to the first one, so I break the associativity. Click ok and try to suppress this. Nothing will be happen on the second number. You can easily delete this one also. And set WCS to datum coordinate system. Now the Z is get changed. So you will get XYZ coordinate system, and along with respect to that coordinate system, you generate this curve, that is helix curve. Along vector, I'm selecting this uh, orientation, that is coordinate system that you have to define. And just a minute. Yeah, that you have to select it from here. After that, define the parameters accordingly. Click OK. You have to select it from the tree. Then with respect to z direction, the helices get generated. Now you will consider this is the guide path for the sweep command, or sweep along guide command, and generate the sweep features. The purpose of this helix is to generate the springs. Clear. Next option is a bridge. The function of bridge is to connect the two surfaces. So suppose there is one surface available here, the second surface is here, and between these two surface entities, this is surface number 1, this is surface number 2. Between these two surfaces, I want to connect the another surface. So with the help of bridge surface, I can generate this. You can connect this like this, or you can also connect it linearly, point to point connection. Or you can connect it by following curvature. So suppose there is surface like this, here is one more curved surface like this, and I want to connect these two surfaces by following this curvature continuities. So this is entity number 1, first surface, this is second surface. You simply imagine there is a surface available here, flat surface. Similarly, this case, here is first surface entity, here is second surface entity, and the third number is the connected surface. Okay, so this surface, number third surface, is called a bridge surface. Bridge surface. The purpose of bridge surface is to connect the gap between two surfaces. So let's do that. Taking new file and give the command name bridge surface. Bridge surface. There is one surface created here through the direct sketch methodology. Second surface, I want it on this side. Use this extrude to build the surface. Symmetrical value, the distance I'm taking 80. Again extrude this surface, the distance symmetrically. Now to create the, to bridge the gap, I cannot feed here because the boundary is not close to point available. So in that situation, we can bridge the gap. To bridge the gap, we use this command, insert surface. Bridge surface. I find just minute. Yeah, here in the detail feature, you will find this bridge command. To select this bridge, first edge I'm taking this one, second edge this one. So it will connect it tangentially to support surfaces. The constraints are given here, and you can define the continuity. I don't need the tangential continuity. I want sharp connection, so use the position option. It will be connected as a straight line. I want to follow the tangent continuity. Here is a T1. Here is also G1. Sorry, not T1. G1 and G1. G1 stands for tangential continuity. Then curvature you can follow it here, but curvature will get a better result if your support is a arc. Currently the support is a flat sheet. That's why it is better to take G1 or G0. Okay. So the bridge surfaces get created here. Similarly, if you want to connect the two curves instead of surfaces, I'm going to hide this just a minute. It's not currently a single entity. So what we have to do for make single entity, use a combine and use the commands view. Select first, second, and third. Three entities you have to select and try to hide this. Okay. Now similarly here in between two curves, I want to bridge the gap between these two curves. So use this menu option, insert, then select here derived curves. Here is in the derived curve option, you will find the bridge. The function is same, only instead of surface, the curves will generate. Okay, select the curve. First curve is selected, then end object, select second curve. So the connectivity you will find it sharp. Okay, I'm using more option and connect continuity. I'm going to change to G1. I repeat, just a minute. Go to menu, insert, derived curves, select bridge. Here you choose the more options, then all options will be selected. Okay. select the curve. Number first curve is this, and then select the second curve here. Why it is not taking? Actually, it should be connected smoothly if you take G1 and G2 continuity, but it not showing to us. Just a minute. It is correct. Just a minute. I'll see the okay. But you can change tangentially also. No, I'm not taking. Just a minute. Actually, it will connect smoothly. Okay, I will see what's the exact problem and tell you later. But there are again here three possibilities available. You can connect with continuity, tangent, point, and curvature also. So this is the result of bridge surface. The next option is circular blend curve. To create the fillet between sharp edges, I can use that option. Before going to use this option, I'm going to talk about isoparametric curve. I think last time of uh, mesh curves option, we have seen that isoparametric. It is generally used to make a reverse building of the surface or remastering of the surface. So suppose I need this surface once again, then you use this option menu is insert, then select here isoparametric curves. Then you will get the options available through derived curves. Use isoparametric curves. Select this face. It is not connected. Okay, one by one you generate. This faces get selected. Then you define here number of curves along u direction, v direction, or both direction. Number of cross section, how many you want. I'm taking 5 1. Click OK. Once again, I generate insert. Uh, Dirac curves, isoparametric curves. Select this. Click OK. Insert. Derived curve, isoparametric curves. Select this. Click OK. Now you can hide the surface and rebuild the surface with the help of these commands through curve mesh. Number of sections you can define here and number of cross sections. 1, add new set. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Again, you can add it from here also. 1. It failed for connectivity. It's better to add later. See. So I'll accept this first. Then again, I build through curves maze option. First curve, add a new set. Second curve, then third curve, fourth curve, and fifth curve. Again, cross curves. One, add a new set. Second, third, sorry, third, then fourth. Ensure that you have to add it on this side, not this side. So add a new set, one more curve here. Add a new set, one more curve. Click OK. So like this, remaining surface also you can generate. And once you hide this isoparametric curves, the surface is rebuilt at here again. So this is used to generate the remastering of surfaces. The accuracy of the surface is increased when you increase the number of quantity of cross sections. If your cross section numbers is more, then accuracy of the surface will be get increased. After that, the next option is circular blend curve. To create circular blend curve, circular blend curve. Suppose I generate one sketch and I want to generate here fillet between these two. Then go to the menu option, insert, select the curve. Then take here basic curves option. In the basic option, you will find the fillet. The condition is that enter fillet radius and select the lines. Fillet radius is already defined. The condition of this command, this line become two different entity. Currently, we draw the line as a single entity. I'm going to delete this. One more sketch I draw in the same plane. Connect this here. Then go to menu, insert, curves, basic curves. Why it's not taking into curves fillet? Simple fillet. I'm selecting first. Menu, insert. Anyhow, we generate curves from line only. From menu, insert, we generate the curve through this line command. Okay. The start point, I'm taking this point. This is the end one. Okay. Then I can insert, select this curve and select the line. So this start point, the end point will be here. Click on OK. Now I'll hide this coordinate system. Now between these two curves, I want to generate the fillet. Then menu, insert, then curve, basic curves. Select this fillet option. First line is this. Say yes. Second line is this. Say yes. The radius it should be appropriate. Let's say it is 2. How much the length? I'm not sure how much I taken this length. Fillet. Yeah. One process I forgot to do. See here, when you do menu insert, then curves option, select the basic curves, select the fillet option here, and define the size of radius how much that we already put it up. So let's say it is a 60. Trim first curve and trim second curve. You have to check these two buttons. First line is this, second line is this. It is not generated because it is asking in this option indicate approximate fillet center. So fillet center we want it in the top side or bottom side, that you have to select by clicking over here. Okay, and then this get generated the fillet. So we have to generate the 3D corner. Then in that situation, we have to use this basic curves option. But the problem of this command is you're not getting any history in this part navigator. So this is nothing but the circular blend curve. So let us stop now. Try to operate these all options one by one, and the next class we will see another options.